from the one from my legs. My legs were not even in your view.
Any cars coming?
No. Try. Hurry.
adopted family. We're going into the zoo together. We just adopted. Didn't cost us so much.
We are from Japan.
Japan?
Are you surprised?
We're surprised.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Zoological Society of San Diego is the largest non-profit organization of its type in the world, with somewhere around 149,000 members at last count. Now here's Bear Canyon. We'll be down there in about a half an hour. Take a look at our bars. That's Sheena and Spanky on your left. Baby Alaska brown bears. Born in January '85, morphin soon thereafter. And we'll be down in about a half an hour to get a really good look at him. Wolves live in wolf packs. That's a male and female, but may mate for life and their one-year-old offspring. Wolves are like eagles and coyotes. They get blamed for many things they do not deserve. They do howl. Each wolf has his own individual howl, establish territory, and locate each wolf. Just like we have different names, wolves have different howls. There's a koala. And they're not a bear, they're a marsupial, which means the baby is born as a fetus and lives in the female's pouch until it's more fully developed. They're not bears, nor are they a relative. They're a gift to us from the Australians for our country's anniversary back in 1976. Well, a few groups of koalas outside of Australia. Again, that's unusual because they are awake and they do sleep 2/3 of the day. As the African forest disappeared, no trees, no colobus monkeys. The camels and the elephants and the rhinos on your left, we'll see in about a half an hour. Here on your left is the Dorcas gazelle. That's Greek for gazelle, so those are the gazelles. Camel and elephant rides on your left. You know you've always wanted to go on an elephant ride. This is your chance. There's an elephant and a camel. That's Doc, I think, the camel. That's a dromedary camel. They're more familiar to us. They have one hump. They live in North Africa, the Mideast, and India. In the hump, they carry fat cells for long journeys, not water as previously thought. And the Bactrian camels are not as well known to us. The dromedaries live in North Africa, the Mideast, and India. These animals are from a more northerly range. They're from Turkey eastward to Central Asia, Mongolia, and China. That's Igor and Sassy. These mountains are South America. You know, we put a bit of damage there from our big storms here a while ago. And here's a copy of a Kobe. A Kobe is a volcanic island of granite in the African savanna that animals live on. It's the top of a mountain that sticks up to the surrounding soil. Ancient floods in the area, so it looks like an island in the grass. Because the only thing is, that you can see is the top of the mountain. And the animals use it as a sanctuary in a sea of grass. How they operate, the delicacy, their ecosystems explained on your left. This is a touchy-feely exhibit here. A lot of things to do and see. Because of the use of glass and screening, you're able to get a lot closer to the animals in these reduced barrier exhibits. And And on your left is an acacia tree. That's the favorite tree the leopards hang out in. Used to call it the fever tree. Used to think it caused malaria before they knew about mosquitoes. And on your right, Teddy Roosevelt Jr. You'll see in the park. On your left, a little animal we call dik-diks. They got the name dik-dik because the whistling sound they make when they run to the forest. And you got the meerkat or surricate, a roy the mongoose. Many Africans keep them in their homes to keep the rodent reptile population down. The zoo is not only a game park, we're also a botanical garden. We have thousands and thousands of plants in here. Many of them are endangered. The large letter E can be found in plants as well as animals indicating endangered status. Now on your right is a Bactrian deer or a wapiti, sometimes called the Bukharan deer or a wapiti. They like the thickets along the stream beds along the Russian border. Because the war there, their wild numbers are unknown. These animals on your right have not been seen in an American zoo since 1907. The Bukharan deer or a wapiti. Okay, on your left, the animals with black racing stripes are called Tommies or Thompsons, East Africa's most common gazelle. The brown animals are called impalas. They can clear horizontal leaps at 30 feet, vertical leaps at 10 feet. The only reason they don't get out of here is they can't see the road. Otherwise, they'd easily jump. They like acacia woodlands and savanna. On your right, European wild boar. They live in the dense central European forests. They build their nest by tearing up grass and stacking it. They crawl underneath it to stand up. And there's big bird and blondie. These are ostrich. Males are black, females are brown. They get over 300 pounds, over 9 feet in height. Although many female ostrich lay their eggs in one nest, all the dominant male-female couples raise the young. Gray animals are called wildebeest or new. The G is silent, so it's pronounced new like a new car. On your right, the Nyala, that's a really the Sitatunga, another spiral horn animal on your right. And the Baringo giraffe, they're from northwestern Kenya, southeastern Uganda. The motor's only a few feet deep. They could easily get up and walk out, but giraffes are apparently unwilling to do that. They will not take a step up or down while they're a foot or foot and a half. When they walk, both left legs move, and both right and both left. They're a natural pacer or ambler. The horses we taught to walk like that. They have 7 bones in the neck like a human, and a heart 2 feet long for pumping blood to the brain. My most commonly asked question about giraffe is why they have long necks. Well, basically it's because their heads are far from their bodies. Yeah. Just checking, see if you're all listening. When they're born, they're 6 feet, 150 pounds. The mothers give birth standing up, have been pregnant around 14 months.
Wow. How'd you like that, buddy?
And the Maasai giraffe, a slightly smaller giraffe with a more characteristic Oakley pattern that goes all the way down their legs. And let's see, that's Joey. He's around 11 years old. Lena was 4 years old in March. Acacia was 3 years old in June. The word giraffe comes from the Arabic. It means the one who walks very fast. They like tree dotted plains and open forest. Doing what they do best, eating the tops of trees. And the Moor gazelle over here, and you're right, M-H-O-R-R. They're from northwest Africa. They're gone in the wild. We're the only zoo in our part of the world to have these animals. They are extinct. I had a baby born last Friday, 12 o'clock, but mom's got him hidden there real well. I don't see it right now. Here's their cousins. These are called andra gazelles. The little ones are called Dorcas gazelle. Different animals, same environment. The reason they put them together is to precondition them for life in the wild. It also makes them feel more comfortable so they breed more often in captivity. Try to make their surroundings with the animals as similar to their natural habitat as possible. Hopefully someday we can put these animals back in the wild when we've eliminated the reason of extermination, the pressures of civilization, poaching, and hunting. These are called Bison oryx. On your left, O-R-Y-X. They're from the dry open bush country and the short grass savannas of Africa, the south of Sahara. This is an arid area animal, to be sure. The baby was born in July of last year. On your right, the greater kudu, the second largest antelope. Only the elands are larger. They're the longest horns of any living antelope. They're like thick bush, lighter forest, and the hillier mountainous country of East Africa. The greater kudu, K-U-D-U. And only the elands are larger. On your left, a view of our Chapter Damara zebras, not exactly black and white, kind of a chocolate brown color, and not as distinctly striped as the Central African zebras. Other deer that lose their spots are forest dwelling deer that comes to the open only to feed. The cycadeers. On your left is our Congo buffalo. The small size and swept back horns are possible adaptations to a forest environment for western Central Africa. The buffalo live only in Africa and Asia. There are no buffalo in the Western Hemisphere. What we call a buffalo in our country is actually an American plains bison. But bison don't look like buffalo and are not a close relative. Which means in our history books you should have called that guy Bison Bill, not Buffalo Bill. And the roan antelope. They got the name roan because of their color. That's red and white hair in the animal's body. They like open and lightly wooded hill country, usually around thick bush or water. The baby there was born November 17th of last year. Only the kudu and the elands actually get larger than the roan antelope. They stay right around thick bush and water. They've all been killed off, but the world effort to save them has been spectacular. They're now being put back in special protected game reserves in the Mideast. It's a real animal success story for us. The Arabian oryx, O-R-Y-X, oryx. From South Africa, we've heard of aloe vera used in cosmetics. This is aloe candelabra, like candles, and they're a rare plant from South Africa. Arabian oryx, you're right, O-R-Y-X. You know, as I said, a real animal success story for us. Found throughout the world called the Arapuinas. They're kind of unusual for a tree because they get their blossoms before they get their leaves. Nose is actually an extended sinus cavity for warming up and moisturizing air before it goes in the animal's lungs. The 20s are almost extinct. Now there's several million of them. They can run 50 miles a day. On your left, the Mongolian wild horse. You love this is the only real wild horse. You can tell they're a wild horse with an upright mane and a choppy tail. Domestic horses have flowing manes and flowing tails. Those are all inbred traits. That's what a horse is supposed to look like. About 500 in captivity. By going back and checking chromosomes and determine which ones are relatives, once they know that, they can avoid breeding the close relatives. We don't want to breed close relatives. Too much of a chance of inbreeding negative characteristics. We only want to breed the distant relatives. Kind of a computer dating service for horses. Along with cattle, buffalo, bison, goat, sheep, antelope, and gazelle. Well, of all the animals of the family, they're more related to goats or to ox. Now, wool is called quibbit. It keeps them warm at temperatures 100 degrees below zero. Musk ox. They're considered a national treasure by the Chinese. They are rigidly protected, and they're almost never allowed outside of China. They're from the same area you find the golden monkey and the Chinese panda, right next to the Tibet border in southwest China. Pouch still is more fully developed. There's several on your right down there. The koala, as I said, is not a bear, it's a marsupial. These animals are I should say, the largest land mammal in the Western Hemisphere. They were thought to be extinct until as late as 1957. In that year, a small herd was found in an aspen grove in Alberta. They're larger than the North American plains bison, and they're found almost exclusively in forests. They brought this for the Canadians back in 1976 in time for our country's bicentennial. Oh, we're going to call them bison. Who ever heard of a buffalo tennial? No, you're not the tufted deer, and you're not the only ones in the Western Hemisphere. And you're not the diker. Diker means diving buck. When they're scared, they're just going to dive off the bushes. And the slenderhorns, the desert dunes and desert plains northern Africa, highly endangered and virtually extinct. Slenderhorn gazelles. And the Edme, the Moroccan wilderness. Those are Aleppo pine trees, part of their native habitat. It's probably the rarest of all the gazelles. And on your right, South African animals. They got the sable, that's Africa's fourth largest animal. Right behind the roan, the kudu, and the plains bison. Almost identical. Yeah, the European bison is found in Europe, in Prussia, and southern part of Greece. And migratory birds fly south in the wintertime, so they don't have to walk. Just checking. The hippos, the tapirs, the monkeys, apes, and birds, you can all get to up the road on your right. And on your right, the emu, the crossword puzzle bird from Australia, spelled EMU. It's the second largest bird behind the ostrich. Then comes the New Guinea cassowary and the South American rhea. It's the fourth largest bird. The deer are called pampas deer. Little gray birds are called crested screamers, and these animals look like rabbits. Are really the guinea pig called a mara. Have to raise these things in captivity for a long time because they're still being killed off in the wild. And I got the bongo, the most colorful living antelope. In groups of 35, the older males are sometimes solitary. Bongo, B-O-N-G-O. And the bustard, on your left, this is the heaviest flying bird. They're spelled out with this B-U-S-T-A-R-D. And the Manchurian crane. Long considered a symbol of love and longevity in the Orient because they mate for life. They're from the marshlands of China, Japan, and Korea. Of all the birds alive on our planet today, the crane family is the most endangered. A very old bird on our planet, they are ancient in Oriental art. And the E means endangered. If something isn't done about the condition in 15 years, they'll be gone. The small ducks are called red-breasted ducks, and then you get the vulturine guinea fowl here, and the black-spit plovers. And a California ground squirrel, yes. Squirrel's gonna get himself tagged here. What is that thing? You like squirrels, And on your right, the Stanley or Paradise crane here. They don't need as much water as the cranes. and live on insects. Seasonally, they may live on locusts. California sea lions on your left, fairly common along our California coast down to South America. They live mainly on fish. The ones are born in June, 2 years early during the sea lion show. And the S letter on your right, they kill the monkeys, apes and birds, gorillas and chimpanzees. On your right. There's where you get your filmed at the canyon shop, and the small cats and leopards at the road to your left. And call her boyfriend. So the smallest of tigers are the ones they love, the Sumatran. As you go north in Asia, tigers become larger. Matter of fact, the Siberian tiger is the largest living cat. But they're pale in color compared to the Sumatran tiger. And there's Usha, another female Sumatran tiger. And the sanctuary for our pelicans, these are brown pelicans. These animals eat up to 4 pounds of fish a day, which has caused them to come into conflict with humans as they compete for fishing resources. The bill is a dip net for grabbing fish. They don't fight with food in their bills as previously thought. What the Gav Desert of Israel, an attempt to reproduce animals living there during the biblical era. And young sea lions being trained in the sea lion show. Larger. These bears occupy the coastlines and islands of the Arctic Circle. Like all bears, they walk with the claws out, whereas cats walk with the claws retracted. They're the most carnivorous of all the bear types. They will beg for food and for the protection. Please don't feed them. Human food is not good for these animals to eat. Actually, human food isn't good for people to eat. Coming up, the sloth bears are from Sri Lanka to India. They got the name sloth bear because they move slowly. Although they're mad or scared, they move really quickly. Kiri, Kulu, and Kudu. They stick their nose at termite hill, or will look back, kind of vacuum out the insects. That's the smallest bear. Here's the largest of all the bears. Bears don't hibernate. In the winter months, they go into a deep sleep. They cannot and do not hibernate. They're omnivores, which means they'll eat anything that will hold still long enough. And for a bear, that means live or dead animals, fruit, leaves, berries, and grass. And they're orphans, and they born in January '85. Brothers and sisters, Sheena and Spanky. Tonight up is the southern sea lion from South America, the only animal in the world that voluntarily eats anchovies. Grizzlies are Manchurian brown bears over here. The Quang Chows live in China. Gift from the Chinese. Now I got the spectacle bear, the only bear in South America. Those are the elephants and the rhino. Monkeys live on the ground. Then our colobus monkeys, let's see, there's the other exhibit now, a pom-pom tree. These are called fruit bats. They live on fruit, and it's not a well-known fact, but they pollinate trees and plants just like a bee.
The bats up there.
All right, they're hanging around on your right. Well, when they hang around, they really hang around. Don't let them bite you. They bite people. Every full moon, they turn into humans. You know, you're right, the Scimitar horned oryx, a North African desert dweller, they can go almost indefinitely with a water supply. Scimitar horned oryx, O-R-Y-X. And here's our elephants. Elephants in the wild eat quite a bit of vegetation. They throw dirt in their bodies to absorb heat. They send all the blood of the heart through their ears. By flapping the ears, they regulate their body temperature like a car radiator. Regulates the water temperature in your car block. Dirt also stimulates skin and absorbs heat. The Africans have big ears and small head. The Asians have large heads and little ears, is the opposite. If left alone, elephants live to be about the age of a human. If they don't get left alone, they get killed for their ivory through habitat destruction or disappearing. When fully grown, the Africans are about 1,000 pounds heavier than an Asian elephant. This is an African named Tembo. Tembo lost part of ear due to a blood clot. We got from another zoo. That happens occasionally to give them their inoculation with their babies. Tembo, that's Swahili for elephant. When fully grown, about 1,000 pounds heavier than an Asian elephant. Debbie, D-E-V-I. She's around 10 years of age in the animal orphanage in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Killed for their horn in the mistaken belief that ground up rhino horn if eaten is an aphrodisiac or love potion, which is actually total nonsense. Rhino horn is made from keratin, which your fingernail's made from. They'll charge anything, but it's not because they're mean. They just don't see very well, and they attack from fear, not anger. They're not a meat animal. They're basically blind. They're called a hook lip runner because the upper lip is hooked, kind of like a finger, for pulling the leaves off trees. There's Joe Hunt down there. Joe Hunt's an Indian rhino, and one horn and armor skin. The Africans have two horns and pebbly skin. They like the reedy, grassy swamp areas around jungles in northern Indian Nepal. Unlike their African cousins, the Ivanhoes rule leave water. And on your far right is a square lip rhino. They have a flat lip, that's breeding grass off the ground. The hook lip rhino is a hook lip breeding leaves off trees. This allows two different rhinos to live in the same area eating different foods. One's a leaf eater, and there's a grass eater, so there's no food competition. Pretty smart idea.
Yeah, you can see it.
And there's our margay, actually a small ocelot. You have to have eucalyptus leaves. That's what the tall trees are. And there near left is another good look at a koala. And they've been awake for an hour. It's really unusual. As I said, they sleep 2/3 of the day. And they're not a bear, they're marsupial. Wolves have different howls. As I said before, that's to establish territory and locate each wolf.
Honey.
With all the little chicks, you must have about a dozen of them.
Yeah. And how? So, oh yeah, so because we probably not. Last year. Come here. I take Jerry and Joe on. Show his tail. What? Hey, it's older than you are. Look at that.
No, it is. It's a fish.
Huh?
Well, all
That's not that one, though. Is it?
Four more. Cockatoos. Pretty as the male is.
Look at there. Look at there. Getting that?
Yeah. Oh, come on, turn around here, dummy.
Really putting on a show, isn't she? Or he, whatever it is.
Hey, get over here. I want to see the rear end of him.
Turn around.
He ain't gonna turn around.
Here comes. Turn around. Come on. Boy, come on. Okay. Coming.
I'm waiting, but
Hold it sure.
look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
That's how to perform anyway.
Yes, he did. You got him on tape.
Right here in the
Ain't that
Here
something?
they come.
Ain't that something? This is as beautiful as can be. I don't know. Look at the berry kids. Don't feed the monkeys. Oh yeah. Where'd the other one go to? Again?
No. You zero in on it, you read it yourself. Look at that. A minute ago, he ate some. Oh, they're ugly. Look.
Dennis is taking.
We found that they were making most of their calls through their... When there are more than two animals, we'll hear them all calling at once. It's much more likely a group call, not to do any classical sense.
Fun time at the zoo. You won't? Might be. Some kid might watch this Saturday. jungle. Steep hills, people are pushing. What kind of hippies are these?
Pink right there. Right there.
Ugly little creatures. They're sleeping underneath the water. You can lay there for quite a while, too. You have to breathe. Now you're going back down again. That was close. That was only 30 seconds.
Our camellias. Like Carol had in her backyard. Camellias. Get a close up of them. They're really pretty on. Okay, where are we? We are here.
Easter weekend, that week at the end of next month. And if you walk up the road right after the rat, to look like ostriches and a little bit smaller, only available.
Remember last year when you seen that deer with that big rack? Here's his. They caught him and put him in a zoo. Of course, he didn't get very big, but he sure got the rack. And they get a crooked horn. King's root. Supposed to got.
About shooting it. Yeah, right. Shot.
And then he looked like that. Look at it.
Man, he don't want to look. Where they're stubborn looking.
Look at him.
him just posing.
He's coming to run.
Looks like somebody I know. Yep, definitely. Family resemblance here someplace along the line.
Looks like Lauren.
No, I
You got it, you got it on?
Yeah?
I said looks like Lauren.
Looks like somebody I know though.
Crabby or what?
Let's see. Would you get out here a little ways to see if there's a family resemblance? God, Michelle got here too.
Parakeet. It's on the tree.
The red panda.
Are related to bears, to raccoons.
That's what I'm trying to do. Nope. hit right in the face of it.
Okay, go ahead. The Crown Room. This is where we had dinner. Fancy, fancy. Balcony all the way around the top. Oops.
City we need bigger.
Very difficult standing fast.
Yes. Yeah.
Between the trees.
I did already. You think I am, eh? This is a boat we took out on the lake last night. Very nice. 3 decks, one in the bottom, one in the middle, one on top. We were on the top deck. Very romantic.
Here they're running cement right from the trucks, right up that blue tube that goes in there, and they blow the cement right up in it, right up in there. They're putting a whole floor in there. This is a new center that they're putting here. Convention center. It's being built right now. It's really interesting to watch these guys work. It's like little midget stuff in there. We're on the 19th floor, and we're looking down at them. Down in there. Right down here. Right down there you see a whole bunch of guys. They're eating their lunch hour. Right now. They generally had their lunch hour at 11:30. We've been watching the last 3 days. It really is something to watch. They laid that piece of concrete yesterday. And they pour some walls up there. Poured some beams already. Really something. Look at the size of the crane. Comes up here 19 stories. And straight out from us. One of them's even longer than that. Longer than that. It's up about 25 stories. The first day that we were here, they laid that set of concrete. Today they're running this in here. And the concrete plant that they haul it from is right over there. They haul the gravel in, and yet they got about 5 or 6 cement mixers that bring it over here in that short area. So they're really pouring lots of cement at one time. There's some kind of pressure room or boiler room or something like that they're working on down there. Either a steel worker or a pipe fitter. More guys working over there. Electricians. Strictly a hard hat area. All construction. Road's right out there. That you see out there is a Red Cross hospital ship.
Navy.
Huh?
Navy.
That's the bridge we were on last night. We went over to the island across the way. This is Coronado. That's our hotel room on the 19th floor up there. There's 25 in, so it'd be 6 down from the top. And then they got, it's called Twin Towers. Very beautiful.
I wonder where those ladies are going.
Showed you all those cranes that were up there, and that was upstairs. And this is the bottom view of it. You can see how close we are. Look at it.
Our trolleys, both Route 1 and Route 2, go to the same places. we're just going in opposite directions. Where that becomes most important to you is late in the afternoon, when it's time to come back to your hotel or whatever. Make sure that you get on the correct trolley that brings you back to your destination. We're going to head right through. Over there to the left in a portion of Balboa Park is the Aerospace Museum. That's the circular building there to our left. We said, besides the fact that our San Diego gas agree that it's a shame. These look more like a prison compared to the beautiful old Navy hospital here. Trolley was coming up the other direction, and it reminded me of those rice-a-roni commercials that you used to see on television, the San Francisco treat. And I got to thinking about how ironic that was. Here we're talking about San Francisco, one of the most beautiful cosmopolitan cities in the United States. Some of the finest restaurants, world-renowned chefs, excellent cuisine, and rice-a-roni? Unbelievable. Not that there's anything wrong with rice-a-roni. They have stopped those commercials, by the way. By the way, you won't be able to see it too well, but over to our right, about a quarter of a mile beyond that other freeway, is the San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium, and that's where the Super Bowl was held about 3 weeks ago. It's also the home of our San Diego Chargers and San Diego Padres, neither one of which I want to talk about, if you don't mind. Hopefully the team you rooted for in the Super Bowl won. We'll also pass by the hotel when we get out to Mission Bay. Speaking of that little pier out there, they have some birds that kind of hang out on the top of the little shack on that pier. They'll swoop down, take your bait, but you know what? They'll take the fish right off your line. It's pretty amazing. As you're reeling it in. Also, one of our other drivers, her name is Linda. I don't think she worked today. I'm not real sure. Anyway, Linda got real hungry one day, so she headed out to that little pier to get a bite to eat. She ran out there, grabbed a bag of potato chips, some ghost shrimp, and a Coca-Cola. She got back on the trolley, she realized that the ghost shrimp was frozen, and that she'd ordered some fishing bait for her lunchtime snack. So if you see Linda some other day, I'll have to tease her. A couple of our Navy ships, so that I can be a better tour guide for you. I've learned the names of each and every one of these Navy ships. For example, that's ship number 30 and ship number 12 over here. Thank you. So, the strange thing is, whenever they bring in just one...
Are you still taking us to SeaWorld?
In this show, the audience helps pick out dates for you. And you come back on the show and tell everybody how your date went, which can be quite interesting. At any rate, they were interviewing a gal, asked her how her date went. She said it was fine. He picked me up at 3:30 in the morning in Los Angeles, and by 5:30 we were on a fishing boat in San Diego from this harbor excursion area. You can imagine that for your very first date. She couldn't stand the guy that she went with, but she ended up falling in love with the guy who helped bait her hook on the fishing boat out there, so I guess those things have a way of working out. If you've never seen that show, I think it's on at 3:30 here in San Diego in the afternoon. Check it out, it is really funny. Just one of our naval bases here. It's not going anywhere. And that's it right over there to the left. That's also where the old McHale's Navy television series was filmed. Harbor Island out there. That's where we'll be headed next. Coming up to our left is the San Diego International Airport, also known as Lindbergh Field, named after Charles Lindbergh, who of course flew the Spirit of St. Louis, which was built right here in San Diego. If you want to learn more about the aviation history of San Diego and the world, you can go up to our Balboa Park area and to the Aerospace Museum. Anybody getting off stop in the Harbor Island area. Okay. That we had here in San Diego at one time. Those are now just regular helicopter hangars. Also, if you look out to your right, you'll see the Coronado Bridge. It's a little bit hazy today, so we're not going to get a great view of that Coronado Bridge. On a clear day, we could see beyond that bridge to the hills of Mexico. Remember, we're just a 25-minute drive from Mexico. Now, you can either drive across on that 2¼ mile bridge to get over to the island of Coronado, or you can take the ferry from the Embarcadero area. Remember, I have discount coupons for that. It leaves on the hour, comes back on the half hour. That'll take you right over to the island. Once you get over to the island of Coronado, you would definitely want to visit the beautiful old Hotel del Coronado, celebrating their 100th anniversary. They had a gala party this last weekend with Hollywood movie stars throughout the hotel. It was the first hotel west of the Mississippi to have electricity. 12 of our U.S. presidents have stayed at the Hotel Del, and it's where the movie Some Like It Hot was filmed with Marilyn Monroe many years ago. It's over on the island of Coronado. The boats that you see out here to the right on the harbor can stay out here for as little as $1 a day for up to a month. Then they must go on to a more permanent harbor. We're going to head along the harbor here now. Here's some of the remaining tuna fishing boats that we have here. Get up to this area. Out to the left will be our beautiful city administrative building. And on the right will be the Star of India. This is the oldest iron hull ship in the entire nation. It was once a pirate ship. It is now a museum. Beautiful Star of India. Even our own president cannot order that ship out to the open seas. Where's going? Well, I knew that. Anybody getting off here at the Anthony's Restaurants stop? 3 excellent restaurants. Anthony's Star of the Sea Room, which is kind of your coat and tie reservations only type place.
How far is this from?
Anthony's Fish Grotto, which is your French fries and seafood, let's watch the boats go by type place.
Is there lots of places there? Yes.
And Anthony's Harborside across the street, which is your baked potato and seafood, let's do some dancing after dinner type place. All 3 are excellent. All 3 have won awards here in San Diego for their seafood. There's one of those harbor excursion boats. And that will be our next stop up here at the excursion area, or the Bay Ferry area. When our love boat's in town, which is called the Azure Seas, it's docked out here to the right. It's here every Tuesday. Heads down to Mexico. And this is the harbor excursion area. Anybody getting off here at the harbor excursion area?
Yes.
We'll be back in 2 hours. Thank you very much. Fun? You're welcome. Have a nice day. Don't forget now, I still have a lot of lollipops, sugar daddies, bubble gum, and dentine here. If anybody wants one, help yourself. You don't have to tip me in order to get some health food.
We went on the shovel the other night. When we heard that music the other day, this is where it was coming from. 900 apiece, 6,000 apiece.
Third kite. One down. There you got one. Way up there. And you got one over there. Oh, wind. He's flying all three of them. And then I seen this pretty girl sitting on the beach. I thought it was a mermaid, but it was making sense. Eating her popcorn. Getting at the and one of the tour boats is going underneath here. Supper. Very beautiful. Very fancy supper. Tip there. I'm telling you for real. This is the ocean front of our hotel. We're coming around into Seaport Village. It's all the way along here. clear down here. Shoreline. Jeffrey, I like taking plane pictures of helicopters too. Just like the one you took. Dan's looking over our boat. Considered that this was about what we could need and could afford, so she decided that Good morning. Last day in San Diego. Nice and foggy out. Way out into the distance. Looks nice otherwise. City looks like it's wide awake. Everybody is moving around. See, the cars are moving. Oops, where's the car? Oh, there they go. Taking this out of the hotel window. I can see the guys moving. Very beautiful morning. Would you believe I was on vacation 15 days, and all 15 days real beautiful. Look at here.
Packing up.
Oh.
They're all just blooming beautiful. Just look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Film Simon and Simon. It's an old police station. It's going to be
The mall.
Yeah, what we're gonna probably have to do is go into a hotel and eat.
Ain't that beautiful? Okay.
ready to climb the steps. Shrubbery.
Hmm? See that? This one. I just leave it on, kind of. Got it under my shoulder, under my arm. Just turning it on and just letting it run. Hmm? Mm-hmm.
The bottom one is different than the top one, though.
Oh.
Let's play something. We should have come over here last night when it was lit up. I bet it was really pretty. Yeah, there's no sense in waiting for these. You got that on?
No. But they
No
run
sense
all
in,
day.
no sense in waiting till the store is open.
Huh?
I said there's no sense in waiting till they open, and then maybe we'll touch them anyway.
Oh, no.
Although here's the sale. Men's store. Nice building. Flowers everywhere you look. They've got blooming flowers.
gorgeous place.
What's on that one? Oh, there's a restroom on it. There's the restroom's open.
Down that next level, that's where that grocery store. Ma'am said each level is a different vegetable.
Fruit.
Well, these are fruits, but there's the other one that has vegetables. This is lemon, cherry, strawberry, pineapple, orange, watermelon, grape. But on the other side, there's places where you have vegetables too. So you find your level. And the thing is, they smell. He said they smell. They have some kind of an odor.
Jan? Jan, my little red light blinking? My little red light blinking?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering. Yeah.
Look how they package their fruits,
Grapes.
vegetables in little baskets. Isn't that neat?
All coolers underneath it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Kumquats. Look at that, lady apples. Look at that.
Lady apples.
Lady
Avocados.
apples. They look like little crab apples. That's all they are.
What's these?
What?
Oh, look at the peppers.
They're yellow pepper, yellow bell peppers. And these are red, purple bell. Things we never heard of. These are artichokes.
Mushrooms. From Ivanhoe.
Look how they display this fish. Look at this fish.
Oh my gosh.
That's something.
Look at these. Look at the fish.
It's unreal, isn't it? Look here.
Red crab.
And lobster.
Lobster.
And crab too, though. Comes from Irving Ranch. $33.95 for 1 ounce.
They just
Take a watermelon home.
is practically about a block and a half to 2 blocks away from boom. There's that construction deal that I was showing you earlier on the, this is from on the ground floor of it. There's a cutie again. Here's where they actually push cement through. They're blowing it up on the top floor up there. They blow it right through that thing. I always told your mother I caught her on the other side of the tracks. Okay. This is it. This is the other side of the tracks. Oops. You're gonna pick up a guy. Cement makes it bring that cement. No answer? Go. I'm
You'll find your legs right on the curb, okay?
Actually, it's not even concrete yet.
They're supposed to be done by 11.
fun. Trying to film everything you see?
Sure.
How's it working? Have you checked back?
Sure.
It's okay?
This is a walk down. What do you call it?
Seaport Village.
Seaport Village?
My favorite place. I love it down here.
Mom's favorite place. This is a walk down there. I just got this thing tucked underneath my arm and turned it on. Yeah. Walk out and look at the boats. And if you get too far ahead of me, you get your butt pictured.
Yeah. Yes. But it wasn't. You want to go with me to check out that shirts or what?
Yeah, I can go on. There you go. You want a big fancy wedding? You come right out here. Look at that. Wedding boat right on the yacht.
We wouldn't have very many though.
Yeah, just your close friends. 75.
75 passengers.
You get 75 down here in San Diego to go to your wedding. That's loves it. She don't like taking a picture. You did. You're gonna have to show him the key that you got.
Huh?
You're gonna have to show him your key.
Now you want to show us turning the key in the thing?
No, just show the key. That's our key.
Michelle's seen it. Well, come here. We'll show how it works.
Well, where will they be on?
Well, women look like tourists. So you push it in.
Huh? What was he doing? He's taking
Well,
a
you
picture.
could- probably.
Well, you might as well get him in a typical pose.
Yeah.
Wait for that girl to come back. When he's at the station before she comes back.
Do what?
Wait.
Let's see if you're right.
30 seconds.
She looks like that when she sees us. Here we are, taking off. This is going to be a blur, but this is the way it feels, taking off. Off the ground. Moving. Yes, we are.
There's a school out there.
Yep, look at the school out there.
I think.
We only got 19 of them here.
walking and standing in the aisle. High-fence cars smoking is prohibited on all Continental aircraft. Please feel free to recline your seats to more comfortable position. We ask, however, that you remain seated while the fasten seatbelt sign is illuminated. When the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign, feel free to move about the cabin. But upon returning to your seats, please refasten your seatbelt should we encounter any unexpected turn. It's only 6 o'clock, so it's not that dark yet.
Yeah.
Is this the one where they come in all together, horizontally?
I don't know.
Does he carry this all the time?
That's what we're
Back to civilization. There's your coat.
Should we have